and I am so excited to talk to you today. First of all, I cannot believe the weeks are going by super fast for me. I don't know about you. When you pop on, say hello. I see there's a bubble. So good morning this early morning. Pleased to see you. We have talked all month long regarding how to practice going into the winter season, really. What we can do to, what we can do to really create something completely different when we're resting or when the fall season comes, so that in the spring, we are already creating something more powerful, more abundant, more beautiful, different way of being, right? We've talked about releasing, we've talked about journaling, we have talked about allowing in our conversations this month. And I wanted to talk about not forcing today, because and what patience can have in your journey. And Friday, we always talk about what's going on in my life, right? Thursday, let's just move back to Thursday. We're talking about how to create a beautiful self, right? In the fall and winter season. We get to cleanse and we get to basically rebirth ourselves so that in the spring, we're like a beautiful butterfly, right? And moving and shifting all this energy creates new and different ideas. And Thursday, I had a call with my business coach, and we had all these amazing developer ideas, right? My top strength is developer. And I was like, yep, I can totally do this in the next 24 hours. I gave myself a goal. It's audacious, stretchy. I can do this. Absolutely. We'll get this done, right? The last quarter of the year, all these things, right? And less than 24 hours after that meeting, I injured myself. And it gave me a huge perspective after the crisis was over, right? So I was helping my sister trim her hedges, and I got my hand caught in an electric hedger. My pointer finger on my left side, which some people are like, oh, thank God it's your left hand. Friends, I'm left-handed. So it was pretty traumatic to my finger, to say the least. And went to ER, did all the things that I needed to do to make sure that wasn't to the bone, all that stuff, right? And it allowed me to sit back and be like, what in the heck is underneath this, right? I was pretty much done. And I don't even know why I turned it over to do something and had it still running, because every time I turned it over and did something different and looked around, I turned it off. It was battery powered. So thank goodness it shut off as soon as I let go of the trigger, right? I was dove into what was underneath that. Every time I've had an accident in my life, every time I have got in a car accident or wrecked a vehicle, I was always in a hurry. I was always a mile from home, right? And we were done with this job. Seriously, I don't even know why it was still running. And I injured myself, right? And so I know my arms were tired. We've been doing it for over an hour. And I know my arms were tired because it's something that I don't do normally. And I also know most tools that you use are electric or whatever are for right-handed humans. I do know that too. And it was just simply an accident. My glove was too big. We can have all these things, right? And it pulled it in. But I think what I have meditated on and what I have resonated with the most is I was stretching myself into something different, right? I was creating something different so that the last couple months of this year, I was going to be in creative mode so that the spring or in January, or my business would move forward instead of being stalled or stagnant into winter months, right? I was going to push forward, which was one, very, very stretchy. And my brain went to, what will others think, right? Secondly, what it has taught me since then is a heck of a lot of patience. I've had to ask for help, which I have up until now been really a lone wolfer in my life. I can do it better. I can do it myself. I am fine, right? I've had to ask for help because I couldn't do things. And super grateful to have my husband here recovering from surgery. Secondly, I'm like, oh my gosh, we're both kind of broken. But I was so grateful that he was there to drive me to ER and such, and to help me along this way. But it has absolutely taught me patience, you guys. And I am a person that really wants to get shit done in the time that I think I want to get shit done. Does anybody else relate with this? Does this resonate? Because I have never, up until now, practiced patience as much as I have in the last year. It does not run smoothly in my family. Patience is not like a virtue that we're just gifted, and we get to learn that, right? But patience is a lot of things. And I know in this month we were like, we get to release and we get to clear energy. And that's what I was doing, right? I was clearing energy. I was trimming things up. We were getting rid of the trash. We were taking things to the dump. We were doing all these amazing things to clear and to make space, which we have talked about all month long. And when we clear and make space, we want to feel something right away, or we want to have a massive transition right away, or we're like, what was that even for, right? Why did I even do this? Because now this happened. Why was I trimming the hedges? Because now my left hand is blah, 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 right? So first and foremost, things don't happen when we want them to happen. A lot of times, things don't run smoothly. A lot of times. It doesn't mean the goal was wrong, right? It doesn't mean that I couldn't create something else. I couldn't do video content. I couldn't do talk to text. There was different ways I could do it. Would it make it go slower? Probably, right? Could I type a 5-page document? No, not right now, right? Because my pointer finger gets in the way. And then I don't feel very good, right? Something just came to me and it left as fast as it came. So somebody must be thinking about something. I cannot see comments, you guys. If you are commenting, I'm sorry. I will look at them later. They're not showing up today. Anyway, our brain, it'll come back to me probably in conversation. I should have just jumped right into it. Our brain's job and self-protection, right? And so in this aspect, what I was trying to do, or what I was working on, was really stretchy for me. Putting myself out there, not hiding, putting my name out there, changing some things. And it was going to change the perspective. And so my brain automatically went to, what will and the heck will others think, right? That don't know what I'm doing, or that don't know my programs, or that don't know that I have a membership, right? The audaciousness of it all. And it was just so interesting. It is so very interesting to sit here in the last 3 days and really resonate on what was underneath why I got injured. Why I created this, because we are very powerful. We want to do something, our family gets sick. We want to do something, like our tires flat. When we're late for an interview already, something happens to our car, makes even later, or we have to reschedule, right? Those things are the universe, right? We create that in our mind because somewhere in our subconscious, we're scared or fear is taking over. Or I did an interview with an expert yesterday and she called it the itty bitty shitty committee talks, and you listen, right? And so what I want to introduce and I want to encourage you today is to not listen to that itty bitty shitty committee, because it doesn't serve you, right? It didn't serve me at all. My poor finger, right? Something always happens. It doesn't have to be a tragedy or a crisis or a trip to ER, but something tends to happen when I stretch or do something new all the time. Some negative power in the universe tries to sabotage you, right? And that negative power in the universe can be the voices in your head, the people around you, the things that slow you down. But when we calm those words down and be open to what could happen, the possibilities of what could happen, it is really powerful, right? And so question is, like, what does this lead into, right? First of all, I will absolutely give you my recipe for my healing spray that I have created for my finger. I will not share the trauma to my hand with you, but the recipe for my healing spray has been profound to really heal the tip of my finger. The glue did not work, and so we've been doing other things, and you all know that I love doTERRA essential oils, and I made a mixture of frankincense, lavender, helichrysum, geranium, and one more. I can't think of it. Those are the ones that I've used forever. Half water, half witch hazel. So that was my recipe. There might be one more oil. If there is, I will add it on here in the description of this live. So I've been spraying on that several times a day and then using Correct-X over top of my finger, and it's been doing really well. So I really wanted to land this into what we're going to talk about next month as well. So I wanted to kind of combine them. When I had this situation, we talk about gratitude all the time, and our words matter, right? At the very beginning of the situation, I was like, holy crap, right? My brain knew something was really bad. I turned it off, or I let go of the trigger. I took my glove off right away because I knew it was bad. And what I said to myself in the world is, I hope I have a finger, right? You guys, the teeth on this thing are like an inch long, right? And it's two blades that vibrate together. And so that was my first thought. And so when I saw my finger, and I was so very thankful, I started putting that into the energy field, right? This is shitty. This is scary. I am so grateful I have a finger. And it hurt. I am so grateful I can feel this, right? There is a way and a practice to use gratitude in every situation. In every situation that we encounter, we can learn something from it and grow from it, right? We grow through what we go through. And it isn't always pleasant. It isn't always a journey of smooth sails and rainbows and butterflies, right? It is what we do in that situation that can change everything, right? And so, secondly, I did this throughout my entire day, and was able to use my emotional toolbox that I have taught you guys. Like, I breathed, right? I centered myself. I grounded myself. I was kind to the humans around me. Everybody was calm. Probably not my husband. He was calm. It was not pleasant for him to watch this ordeal. But in every situation, I was grateful for the next human that was with me, right? In every situation, I was grateful to feel the feelings I was feeling. So in the month of November, I really want to do a gratitude practice. And I would like to experience this in a different way, because if you practice gratitude every single day, passionately, fully, in a 30-day period, you can change your filter of how you view the world. And some of us already do that, but some of us, it is a journey of like ebb and flow, right? I am not perfect at this at all. And it's also going to get me accountable to be better throughout my day, not just in the morning when I vision what my day is going to be like, and not just at night when I think about the best thing that happened to me today was, right? Damn right. Friday was I have a finger, right? Even though, and so I think that words are powerful. Gratitude can help your vision and help you create whatever it is you want to create. Gratitude can help reduce your pain. Gratitude can help change your family dynamic and change the supper table and change how you create a meal, being grateful for the food that you have. So it just is really powerful. And we're going to learn different ways of practicing it and different ways to share it so that the ripple effect, you will be able to see the ripple effect in real time if we can do it every single day for the next 30 days in November. So we're going to actually start the 1st. And so I will post something on the 1st in here in the group. And because I won't come on until the 2nd, because I come on Wednesday. Unless I change my day, I don't know. We'll talk about that. But anyway, I am super excited to do that. It goes in alignment with creating what we did this month is really powerfully moving our body, creating a different mindset, encouraging us not to go stagnant, encouraging ourselves to release anything that doesn't serve us, right? And right now in this time in the universe, we get to really tap into love. We get to really tap into being open and full of love and generosity and what that can do for us in this time in the universe, right? And if you haven't already released, this is not a time like necessarily to journal and to write things down and like in the full moon or and that kind of thing, but you can always journal and release things, right? If you haven't done it yet, burn your boats, right? Write all of the things down that don't serve you and let any angst go so you can allow love to come in. Because we are coming into winter. It is colder. If Shannon needs a long sleeve shirt and jeans, it is getting colder outside, which means winter is coming. And we get to slow down, be patient, but yet we get to grow in this different season. We get to grow our love. We get to be more intimate with our family. We get to create the holidays into what we want them to happen. We don't get to be reactive, right? And not enjoy our family time. We've spent a lot of time away from our family. So I really think that coming into this new holiday season, we can choose a different filter coming into it, and we can create what we want to create happen when we get together with our family. I think it can be beautiful. It can be stressful, but it also can be beautiful if we can be open and loving. So let's start with gratitude and let's create this massive ripple between your family and my family and this entire community every single day in the month of November. If you are going to up for this challenge, put me in the comments when you watch this replay or if you're on here live. I appreciate you. You are amazing. And I hope you have many, many blessings all week long, you guys. Something new is coming, obviously. Since Shannon got some education this last weekend. So look out for that. Check out my campsite links for anything that you may be interested in on my programs, or just book a call and learn what GEM is, generational emotional mapping. I love doing GEM, and we do it every single day to help anybody move past the bags that they're carrying for other people and live intentionally, loving who you see in the mirror. All right. Have a blessed week. We'll talk to you soon.